In the letter, Joran asks Mary for $1,000 to buy a new phone. $1,000 for a phone, interesting. So he can talk to her and asks her to trust him. He closes by saying, quote, "I hope more than you know to speak to you soon. And what me and Jimenez did is the best," and Jimenez is Joran's lawyer. "I now still have my appeal to a higher court, which is much more serious. Every lawyer I speak to agrees." Dylan, is there an appeal ahead? Is that what we're hearing here?
Well, this is providing a fascinating window into why Joran van der Sloot perhaps took that 28-year deal by pleading guilty. He's indicated in here that he's going to appeal to what he says is a higher court. He says that he sought the advice of other lawyers who agreed with him and his counsel that that was the appropriate course of action to take. But interestingly, this letter also shows how he again deals with women. And I want to read you another excerpt, Dr. Drew. He says, "Please don't take any action until we are able to speak again." He's referring this to the self-described guardian angel, which, if everything goes well, will be within a couple of days. "I beg you to hold on until that time so I can explain everything to you." He goes on to say, "I will show you that you have always been right about me." It almost seems like he's twisting this woman and trying to keep her on the hook. There is a dispute between these two at the moment as to whether or not, indeed, the money that she's provided has been misused. She says it has, he says it hasn't. So that's the origin of this letter.
Hold on a second. You mean Joran van der Sloot is manipulating someone and getting money out of them and then misusing that money?
It's not breaking news.
Now, Michelle Ward, you're an expert in these guys. To you, it's just a matter of routine course that these guys manipulate. I don't know if you know much about this part, but I didn't plan to ask you this question, but I'm fascinated by the women that come out to save these guys, so to speak. Do you know much about them?
Well, I know there's lots of shows that are coming out about people like them.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like a celebrity fascination, I think. You know, they're fascinated with this person who acts like this and gets attention for it. And it's a walk on the wild side.
Oh, wow.
But he's also suggesting, I need $1,000 so I'll be able to speak to you.
Well, on my $1,000 phone that I'll buy for $58. I mean, how gullible do people have to be to fall into this guy's web?
Well, clearly people do. I mean, he's not having a shortage of people who he can manipulate.
No, that's true. And the scary thing, the reality, and this is the chilling part of this, if this woman were to get close to him, she's another potential victim.
Absolutely.
If she disappoints him, everybody's a potential victim.
Everybody who is in contact with him. He's goal-driven. If you don't help him succeed with whatever his goal is, then you're useless to him.
But what drives him to kill? It's not like if you don't give him the money, he's going to kill you. It seems like if you don't have sex with him, he's going to kill you.
Well, yeah, he's different. I think he's a lot of psychopathic features, but he's a little different. But psychopathic features, I'm talking about, he's unemotional, he's callous, he doesn't experience a lot of remorse. But he's different in the way he murders. It seems like he almost kills out of rage and impulsivity because he's sloppy. He's a sloppy murderer.
So it's not a sexual thing. He's not actually getting off on the killing, it seems like.
Well, I
right?
think the lack of sex can lead
triggers
to rage.
It. That's what seems to trigger this rage. Okay.
Exactly.
Now let's go back to the letter. In the letter, he starts talking to police by saying he was born in the Netherlands. This is the letter. This is where he talks about his life. This is my life story. This is the clever little letter he wrote. Then I moved to Aruba when he was 2 years old. Then he went on to play tennis and even graduated with honors. Now, by the way, these guys are often smart, right?
Almost always.
Almost always smart. So I love this when people go, oh, they're so bright, they're intelligent, they graduated college. Couldn't be a killer. Usually they're smart and like that. I'm going to read what they said there. Quote, "Always had a lot of friends and even girlfriends. When I was 14, I had my first serious relationship." Dylan, it seems like the girlfriend thing comes up a lot, and a lot of these letters, and a lot of the web is about women. Sure. A lot of the killing, obviously, is about women.
It kind of almost seems that sex and women is in lockstep with him and his life. He goes on to detail, the interesting thing for me was the mention of Natalie Holloway in there. He doesn't take accountability for that crime.
In fact, in the letter, he says that it prevented him from coming and studying in the United States.
Indeed.
Oh, boo-hoo.
So it shows a complete lack of accountability if indeed he was the killer of Natalie Holloway, which many people still do believe to this day.
Wait a minute. Does anybody not believe it?
I'm sure there are some people that probably
don't.
He hasn't been
Mary Hammer thinks he's special. He's not.
The guardian angel.
The guardian angel, yes, of course.
But, we
have to thank her someday, by the way.
Interestingly, he shows no even remorse in this correspondence about Stephanie Flores, the second victim. He says nothing about whether he was guilty. Indeed, he gives her a reason to believe that he was not, and that he made this decision to take the guilty plea in exchange for some form of sentence, and he'll now appeal. So certainly he's not taking any level of accountability.